Good morning. I'm back. Once again, I'm back. Oh, let me get my little light in straight here. Okay. Now, we're here. This is day 5. Hey, my good big brother, what's going on? We are on day 5 of the 50 terms and 50 days that you need to know to rock your real estate game. We're waiting for a couple of people to come in the room. Big brother Tony, glad you're here. Hey, I might need to bring you in on some segments, especially since you got the loan thing on lock. I was looking for a lender that I can bring in on some segments where we can talk about all things real estate. But I need a lender who's active on social media, and I see that you are. So let's talk. And I owe you a call because you called me before you went to Africa, and I didn't call you back. My bad. That was on me. So, good morning, everybody that's coming in. Let's wave at a few people before we get started. So, y'all know, let me just update the new people. I have challenged myself, and I've challenged everyone else. Challenged myself, and the challenge to everyone else is a little different. I challenged myself to get on here for 50 days in a row. We're covering the top 50 real estate terms in 50 days. Today is day 5. And I was explaining that I tend to focus on education around this time of year because people want to crush their real estate goals in 2022. And I noticed that education is like a big part of doing that. So I tend to focus on that around this time of year. I have several things I do in real estate. Education is one that I'm really dedicated to. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Malika Jackson, team lead of the Jackson team with Bennett Realty Solutions, located just off the Beltway in Greenbelt, Maryland. Nice to make your acquaintance. Been doing this 15 years. I've been a buyer, I've been a seller, I've been an investor. I've helped buyers, sellers, and investors squash their real estate goals. And my gift and goal is to help people tap into wealth through real estate. That's what I do. I hold a bachelor's degree in business as well as an information systems degree. And I've helped over 500 families. We got 2 Tonys on the line. How is that we have 2 Tonys in the same room? I've helped over 500 families achieve their real estate goals, whether they're buying, selling, investing, or managing property or leasing. I've done it all. Okay, so that's my little intro, because as I always say, I need you to know that I know what I'm doing in these real estate streets. Okay, let me sip my hot chocolate. Okay, now today is going to be a short one, because today's word is, drum roll please, DOM, days on the market. So we've been doing this in alphabetical order. Does anyone remember what we did yesterday? Actually, yesterday we did comparables. That's what we talked about yesterday. We talked about how important they are, when we use them, why we use them, how to use them to your advantage, how to use them if you're a buyer, how to use them if you're a seller, and how we get access to them. We talked about that yesterday. Today is DOM. DOM. Does anybody know what it stands for? DOM is what do they call it when you use a term in your business? It's the term that we use to shorten the word or the term days on market. That's what that is. So when you're looking at properties, at the very bottom of your MLS printout that your agent is going to give you on the right hand side, you're going to see the term or the initials DOM, right? You're going to also see a second term that says CDOM. Those mean 2 different things. So your DOM again is days on market. That is how long a property has been considered active on the MLS system or whatever system you use in your region, right? So let me tell you a little tidbit that a lot of people don't tell you a lot of times. There's also a term, like I said, called CDOM, and that is your cumulative days on the market. And let me explain when that kicks in. And we're going to talk about why days on the market is important and how to use it to your benefit, right? This is going to be probably quick 10 minutes because I have a 10 o'clock appointment. I have a client that just flew in from Texas. We've been managing the sale of his property from Texas. He's flying in. I'm meeting him for the first time this morning so we can come up with some strategy to put the house on the market today. All right, so CDOM, cumulative days on the market. This is when that kicks in. When you have a house that's been on the market, off the market, on the market, off the market, for whatever reason, those days that it's on the market still accumulate because the MLS system wants the public to have an accurate idea of how long this house has been on the market. Because some agents, they play games a little bit. If a house is sitting for a little while, A house can be considered blighted. That's what we call it when like something is wrong with it. Like it's sitting for a reason. So they call it a blighted property. And you do not, if you're selling a property or, you know, these segments are also for agents who might need a little refresher on terms or new agents. I should probably, let me write that down. That's going to be one of our terms. Blighted properties. Okay. You don't want your house to become a blighted property. A blighted property is when people are like, why is the house still sitting there? And why has it been so long on the market? And this is a busy market. It should have sold by now. Why? People start asking questions. And so the people that run the MLS system want the public to have an accurate idea of how long a house has been sitting on the market. So it's going to count the days on the market for a house that's just been sitting on the market. So it might say 5 days, 10 days, 15 days, 30 days, 45 days, whatever. Now, if an agent pulls that house off the market and back on the market, those days still add up. And that's when you get into the CDOM, cumulative days on the market. So when you have your MLS listing that your agent should be providing you, because whenever I'm out touring properties, I take a copy of the MLS so that while we're out in the field, we can have the data in front of us, right? And on the bottom right-hand corner, again, you're going to see DOM and CDOM, and those numbers may be different. So that's the difference between those two. Okay, so let's talk about how you use the DOM to your advantage. Industry secret, okay? Now, if you are looking at a house, you look at the days on the market or the DOM and it says 1 day. Don't you think, you don't even need to be in the business. Don't you think your negotiation strategy would be different than if you look at the DOM and it says 45 days? So if a property has been on the market for 1 day, you know this is a brand new property on the market. The sellers are probably still kind of in test mode, trying to see how the market is going to respond. They're just listing it. They may not be ready to negotiate yet. They're still thinking, oh, my property is brand new to the market. Everybody come see what I have. Send me your highest offer. They're hot, right? They're coming in hot. Anyway, sorry. Y'all know that song all over TikTok and Reels. Anyway, they coming in hot. It's day one. They're coming in hot, okay? Now, if you get that DOM and you look at it and it says 60 days or 90 days, then that's when your negotiation juices need to start flowing, because this is a house that's just sitting there. And it's your agent's responsibility to find out why. So the house could maybe need too much work. Maybe it's overpriced. Maybe the marketing has not been good. Maybe it hasn't had any open houses. Maybe there's an odor in the house. Maybe there's a disgruntled tenant that doesn't want to leave. I mean, maybe there's a dog that people are afraid of. The dog is always running in the front yard and there's poop all in the front yard. And as soon as people pull up, they're like, oh, hell no. I ain't going to see that house. You know, all kind of things happen. You know what I mean? There's a reason why a house sits on the market. So your bid strategy, your buying strategy is going to be a little different for a house on the market 1 day as opposed to a house on the market 45 days. Now, if I see a house that's been sitting on the market for a long time, what do? Again, drum roll, please. This is one of the most important parts. Call the listing agent. Now, if you're the buyer, you can't do it because, you know, there's rules. They call it talking across the table. That's a big no-no. You can't talk across the table. When you sign your buyer brokerage agreement, you agree to allow the agent to do any and all negotiations on your behalf. So you can't call. If you're a buyer, you can't call. But if you're an agent, new agents on the line, experienced agents who need a little bit of spruce on their terms, you can call the listing agent. Hey, Morgan, good morning. Thank you for joining. You can call the listing agent and say, hey, I see this property has been on the market 45 days. Why? And ask. And it may be because there's something wrong with the property. You need to know that. It could be that there's not. Like, I've had situations where my property almost got, property I was listing for a client almost got blighted, almost got, the bad reputation blighted that we talked about because I had a disgruntled tenant that didn't want to leave. And I have spent the last 60 days trying to convince this tenant to either let me do showings, to let me in for pictures, to let me in to determine what needs to be done to stage the property. I mean, it gets interesting, right? So you always want to ask the listing agent. So good morning. I see a whole lot of new people coming in. So for the people who are just coming in, this is my day 5 of my 50 days, 50 terms in 50 days. This is day 5. Today we're talking about days on market, better known as DOM. And then there is a subsidiary to that called CDOM, which is the cumulative days on market. Okay. So I said it was going to be a quick one today. I've only been on 7 minutes. Usually they're 15. I have an appointment I need to go to. I have a new listing, and you know that's the cream of the crop, so your girl gotta go. But anyway, call me. You can call the Jackson team line if you need help with anything in real estate, purchasing, selling property, investing in property, leasing out property. We do help some tenants, but that's not really where the focus of our business is. We can help, but your parameters need to be your what do I want to say? Your profile needs to be tight. Like, you have to have your money ready. You have to have your credit on point. You cannot have any late payments in the past 12 months. You have to meet a lot of requirements. So it's not our super focus, but we do work with a lot of landlords who are leasing their properties. And in those cases, we'll have properties for you. So, or if you just need consulting, or if you have something else under contract with someone else and you're just shaky about it, ask me. I'm here to help. I always say I'm here to help. Pick my brain. I have all this real estate knowledge in my brain that I want to share, because again, my gift and goal is to help you, ma'am, sir, to help you crush your real estate goals in 2022. Okay, so call the Jackson team line. We're on 202-810-3730. Give us a call. You can call me. I'll pick up. I'm a real person. I'll pick up. We can chat. Who's that? JYLOW_10. Good morning. Thank you for joining. We're talking about the top 50 real estate terms in 50 days. Today is day 5. And I'm pushing out all this information because in the beginning of the year, I noticed that people have goals. People have real estate goals. And I want to push this information out to help with that. Okay, so that's what we're doing. But unfortunately, this is the end. I'm done. Today we cover DOM, which is days on market. And days on market is important because if you're looking at a property and you see that the days on market is like 1-2 days, your purchase strategy, your offer strategy, your buying strategy is going to be different than if the house has been on the market for 45 days. On the flip side, if you're selling a property, there's certain things you want to do when your property is on the market like 1 to 7 days. If your property has been on the market up to 14 days, there's things you need to do if your property has been on the market 30 days, quote unquote, drop your price, right? So if your house has been on the market, Chess, what's up? I miss you. We need to talk. What's going on? I'm at the very end. I'm sorry. I got a listing appointment I got to go to. So I'm at the very end, but I was just telling some of the new people that came in what we were doing. Today, Chess, the term is DOM, days on market. So I covered what days on market is, why it's important, how your bid strategy is different, whether it's a 1 day on the market, whether it's a 45 days on the market, how your purchase and offer and pricing strategy should be different depending on what the days on the market is. And we talked about quickly, if you're a seller, things you need to do day 1 to day 7 of days on the market, things you need to do 7 to 14 days, and things you need to do, price reduction, if you're on the market for a long time. So we talked about days on the market. We also talked about this other term that people don't mention much, which is CDOM. CDOM is your cumulative days on the market, which the MLS system will continue to record for these properties that people take on and off the market. Because what they want to prevent is agents trying to trick the system to say, oh, this is a new listing again, right? So if you take the house off the market and back on the market, then you're going to fall into the CDOM category, and you will be still accumulating days so that the public, the MLS wants the public to know how long this house has really been on the market. So it also, not only does it count the days on the market, the MLS system also counts the cumulative days on the market. So we talked about that. And that, my friends, is it. I have a listing appointment. I have to be there at 10 o'clock, so I got to go because, you know, I always pick up tea and coffee for my clients from Starbucks, and I need time to do that and to wash my truck. And I can only take that truck to certain car washes, so I got to go. I'm sorry I missed this, but I'll go back and watch the full video. Okay, that sounds wonderful. All right, y'all. Thank you for your support. This is day 5, again, of our 50 terms in 50 days. Guess what the term is going to be tomorrow? The term tomorrow is going to be listing price. Chess, this one is going to be a good one. I know you'll like this one. You know why? Because investors are like, you know what I want to say. Forget your list price. You know, that's how investors are, because investors feel like, okay, your list price is what it is, but I'm about to tell you, but I'm going to give you. That's, you know, that's where the investors come from. But yeah, we're going to talk about listing price, how to set your listing price, when to adjust your listing price, a good definition of listing price, and how listing price affects buyers, and how listing price affects sellers, and how listing price affects investors. We're going to talk about all that tomorrow on day 6. I'm going through them. I can't believe it. I'll be at day 10 before you know it. This is getting more and more fun. At first I was like, oh my God, am I crazy? Am I going to get on live and look halfway decent 50 days in a row? Day 3, I was on here with an allergy reaction, face all broke out. It's only worth what someone is willing to pay for it. Say it again for the people in the back. Okay? You're absolutely right. It's only worth worth, do y'all hear that? It's only worth, why can't I talk today? Because I got to get out of here and I'm rushing. A property is only worth what the public, the market, thinks it's worth. Mr. Seller, Mrs. Seller, you can say what you want. Oh, my mama did this to it. Oh, I added this little thing over here. I put that over there. Some of us have more of an emotional attachment to properties. Buyers don't care. They say, well, I think it's worth this. Investors say, I think it's worth that. You'll make it 50 days. Let's go. I hear that Busta Rhymes song. Choo, 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 choo. Let's go. Anyway, I gotta go. I got a listing appointment. My client flew in from Texas. We're meeting for the first time. We've been strategizing and everything for his listing. Now we're going to talk detailed strategy today now that he's here. The house is going on the market today. Please spread the word. This is a property from I would call it my accessible line. It's only $270,000. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 2-level townhome right in the heart of London Woods. You know how popular London Woods is. So yeah, if you know someone that needs a more accessible home, under $300,000, in good condition, ready for market, ready for an offer, let me know. All right, y'all, gotta go. Have a great day.